yes, and yes. I'm gonna go make coffee. Hey, y'all. While y'all getting in here, and we can have a little bit of class. If people start talking crazy, I'm getting offline. I'm going to make me some coffee and give me some water. Say all your hellos, good evenings, and stuff. You know what? My kids used to tell me I walk like an elephant, and I'm starting to believe that. You swear I would. Listen, well, you can hear me coming. Promise, every single time. I don't know how it happens. It don't matter. Even when I don't weigh but 115 pounds, it just, I feel like it's something else with me. You heard me? I'm grateful for it. Hey, y'all. Hola, hola. You're going to need your sacred text today. Like, you could read out of the book, but I'm not going to do that. So you're going to need to go to sacred text. I'll tell you where in a moment. Y'all see my shirt? I got on my Sarah shirt. Thank you, Sarah. Look at it. I said, Lord, why do these people do this? No, the question is, why do I oblige them? Because you don't have to do it. When I think about my books, I touch my shelf. Tell me this is not the cutest thing ever. Thank you, Sarah. Mm-hmm. I love it. I do. When I think about my books, sometimes I told y'all that I'll come in here and just touch my shelves and will. And will. You hear me? And will. Y'all know it make me excited to come in here and it makes me very, very excited. That's her. Sarah sent it to me. Thank you, Miss Henry. We appreciate you. So, so I don't listen. I think since we've been doing this, I probably done bought about 20 of these damn lights. And as y'all can see, they getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. They need to let me design a light. Because it'll work for a long time. It'll be super sturdy and a whole bunch of other stuff. Because, honey, this mess they be selling, it ain't, I don't care how much you pay for it. They don't last long. And I like longevity, honey. I don't like things that don't last a long time. I don't want to feel cheated out of my money, hun. So, no. No, I don't want to do that. Listen, I probably will finish. I do put a lot of hours on them, but I don't get. I mean, with the money you pay for, you better. Hell, I got it's a graveyard in there of these lights and the stands. I be giving the stands to my kids, hoping they'll start a channel or something. Cause what I'm gonna do with them? I can't even use them. I done broke the damn things, but their things can fit on there. Y'all know I'm heavy-headed. It's crazy. Lord, please help me. So I just be breaking stuff. You might have to go out and come back in. It could be echoing, girl. I don't know. Y'all want to see what I worked on this weekend? While I was talking to my kids. I'm not done yet. As you can see, only one of my rims is colored and whatnot. But this is the color of the day. And y'all know we got the sparkles and stuff. You see it. You see them sparkling. Y'all see the sparkle. Isn't she lovely? Yeah. I like this one. I don't know if you guys recognize that those are barrels. I said, yeah. This is how you know I got brothers. This makes me think about my brothers because they keep clean cars, honey. Keep a nice Lolo something and then the rest of it. This really made me think about my big brother. This one right here definitely makes me think about my big brother. Isn't that cool? Right? Guys gotta color it. It's a relaxing thing. When you need to calm your mind, like, it ain't nothing better than this. You see? Got the little ding buggy ready for the beach. Get your stuff together. Get you some coloring books. Why not? Okay. So there's that. Now, y'all know I'm always going to color something. If I need to focus, I had to write today because I needed it really, really bad. And God bless me. I wrote a secret prayer in our secret ink. Okay. So whenever my kids get my journals, when I'm no longer here, they'll be able to sit outside and it's going to be a message on the page, but then it's going to be another message on the page. I like mysteries. So when they get my journals, they'll never know. Like if they don't sit under a black light or outside in the sun, the message won't appear. How much or what? What you talking about, girl? The journals? What? No. I was using my invisible ink. The journals are $16.50. That's online, girl. I gotta get in there and ask Alicia to change the count. I think you can still buy one. I don't know. The journal is $16.50, and it's so basically it's a donation of at least $16.50 plus you have to pay for your shipping, right? So then there's that, but you get a soap, and I changed it to like the natural soap bag or either a what you call it? I can't think of what it is. Soap holder thing. Okay, so with that, we read in this before, but I was reading it earlier, and I'm like, oh, we should go back over this. So you're gonna need to be on sacred text listen, when I tell y'all all my devices be dead, all of them. I'm so sad. Like my stuff be hanging up on people and everything. It's crazy. Why am I in my email and not on Google? I don't know. Y'all, I'm typing in sacred text in my Google. That's how you know I be in my email a lot. All right. I just need to get to where we going. Okay. All right. I just needed to get to where we was going. So, how y'all been today? Let me ask that before I get into this because I don't plan on being on no here hours because I know everybody about to go to sleep. And I'm probably not, but I'm not about to stay online all day either. So, I think I'm going to play my Spider-Man game. We're going to see how I feel after this. How y'all been today, though? Everybody okay? I done missed everybody over here. Hello, everybody. I don't know who all over here. Let me see. Mari, T, Miss Hobbs, Miss Jules, Ivy, Miss Akiva, AJ, Tasha. I think I got everybody. Okay. Hey, you been relaxing? Yeah. I took a nap. A lot of spiritual warfare in my family. Please pray for my strength. Girl, take it out of your hands. That's the easiest way. Here, you do it, Dad. I'm out of it. Now, on to something else. Like when my kids get to, I'm not talking to this one or that one or whatever. I just be like, okay, well, we all gonna let God take care of it. Moving on. How the kids doing? Ask them. Y'all know. Y'all know. Hey, they. You know they gonna tell y'all. I'm not. Listen. I had family members reach out to me, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but if I don't talk to you no other time but funerals or when gossip is going on, I won't be talking to you. Hey, if the only time you come around is when there is tragedy or some drama, no thank you. I don't want you watching my life. I don't want you to wonder how I'm doing. If I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. And sometimes I think that people feel like because you have been a part of their life, and then they realize that they thought they was one up in you or whatever it is, and they realize that they really screwed themselves. They come back like you supposed to welcome them with open arms. Oh, well, honey, I forgive you. I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. But what you don't get is a ticket into my life. Ever. That's family included. I don't care. And that's being bitter. I forgive you. I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. But what I don't want you is over here watching me or anything, talking to me. You don't even have to. I'm going to say this. People teach you how to live without them, and then they be mad that you do. I forgot my water. I'm going to say that again. People teach you how to live without them, and then when you do just fine, they be like, what do you mean? No. You don't remember? You taught me how to live without you. That could be parents. That could be whoever. Friends, family, whoever it is. When you teach a person to live without you, if you are not a vital asset to a person's life, guess what you are? What's the opposite of an asset? You're a liability. And people don't miss liabilities. I don't know if you know that or not. I don't miss liabilities, baby. Now, assets, oh, hell yeah, I miss them. But if you're not an asset, why the hell you come around here? If you don't create nothing but a mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual deficit in my life, baby, keep it pushing. Go be a burden somewhere else. Please and thank you. Go be a headache somewhere else. Go be slimy somewhere else. Go be two-faced somewhere else. Wherever it is that you want to create that deficit, just not around here. I like being happy. I like being happy. I like until I pee. I like smiling, and I know life is going to happen, but you better watch the folks that's always trying to zap your good energy. Watch them. You hear me? It's some miserable folks on this planet. You said I love my peace. Thank you, Pumpkin. Listen, it's a real thing. folks be wanting you to be miserable, baby. No. No, 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 no. Let me see what you add. Do y'all ever do thank you. Do y'all ever do like asset and liability on the people, like literally pros and cons about the people in your life? Baby, you get one good time to make me jerk my neck back. You get one time to make me jerk my neck back, and then I start doing pros and cons immediately. Now, you said every other month. Come on, you better start lining up and seeing how people add to your life, baby. You hear me? And that's family too. I've added the pros and cons on my thank you list. Come on now. See, you're working now. See, now you're working. You want family change? That's how you get it. You hear me? Listen. Baby, if every time you come around me, I'm irritated. If every time you come around me and I'm happy and you all of a sudden don't feel well or whatever it is, and it's just... Don't let me get too many of them in a... Baby, it's over. Yeah. And I'm about to show y'all something that even Jesus himself went through. And so when people be like, family, or you've been knowing him a long time, or y'all used to be close, keyword, used to. But the difference between CERCA and a lot of the people that I've been around in my life is I actually ask God to show me the people that I'm around, like that I can actually like talk to and touch and be in commune with, right? And so then when God be showing me stuff, I be like, wow. And then it starts to happen and I be like, oh wow. Oh wow. Wow. Like, he taught, I wrote it, but I didn't know this was really, oh. Wow. Yeah, that sucks for you, because I'm only here for the assignment then. I'm only here for the assignment. And when the assignment is up, then that's it. You hear me? I have learned in my life that sometimes we make ourselves miserable. I'm going to tell you how. Holding on to situations that were only supposed to be temporary. Just because you super close with your family member right now don't mean you're going to be close with them in 5 years. And that's okay, because there is a time and a space and a place for everything. You ain't still, you go kindergarten through 12th grade and then maybe on to college or technical school. And then even then, wherever you are when you start there, hopefully 15 years later, you're not at the same place. And I don't mean same job, but I mean mentally, physically, emotionally. Hopefully you've gotten a raise because your attitude is improved. Like, you should not still be doing the same things that you were doing when you were 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Under 25 if you over 40. You ain't grew nothing yet. What else can somebody else say that you added to their life besides a damn headache and drama and chaos and financial deficit and emotional deficit and spiritual deficit? Like, what did you add? I hear all that you received, but what did you impart in somebody else's life with all of your drama in your life and your fabulousness of it all? Tell me. Who can say that their life is better because you were in it? Who can say that you invested jewels in them that changed their life forever? It don't gotta be nothing big and grand. It could be a simple life experience that helps that person learn something that they never knew, that they take and teach to their children. Like, what are you doing with your breaths? You can use your breath for a lot of stuff. What are you using it for? There are so many negative words being spoken every day. It's easy to do that. You want to challenge yourself? Try to speak nice to every single person you come in contact with every day. Try to give a compliment to every single person that you meet on the elevator. I'm talking about if it's 5 people, compliment every person. And watch how your mood change. You get more smiles, and that's not saying you got to be a kiss ass. It's just saying, you know what? I'm going to bring happiness. Even if it's just speaking to somebody and saying hello. That'll kill you. I bet you'll vibrate higher if you do that. Instead of walking around on the defense all the time. Maybe some less headaches or neck tension, or I'm just saying. It hurts you to be nice. It hurts you to be kind. It hurts you to be courteous. Sucks for you. Because that kind of stuff gets you a lot of... Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, sir. No, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You look nice today. I really love your skirt. Oh my God, your hair is amazing. Now, if you don't like the rest of the outfit, so what? Find something that you do. That button is so cute, girl. Where did you get those buttons? I've never seen a button like that. You bought it because you like it. I wouldn't have never put that on, but those buttons are amazing. Because that's the only thing you got to see tonight. Yep, the buttons. Never seen buttons like that. Well, first of all, a person is happy because you paid attention to the detail. They ain't worried that you absolutely hate their sweater. You like their buttons. So you know what they going to do? They going to walk off touching their buttons all day. Looking down at them like, these is some nice buttons. You know what I mean? Buttons. A simple conversation in the elevator about buttons can make a person smile and be giggly all day. But if you don't take time to study even just the simplest things of life, you miss the opportunities. It's a lot of things that I've learned, and I didn't have to go to school. I didn't have to pay somebody for the information. Just being kind and courteous and gracious to people. Just like the $5 challenge, give to those who can't give back and see them again. Mm-hmm. Who was here for the 10-minute miracle? That mind-blowing. But he always do us like that, don't he? It's some other people that have that same experience here. And I like it. My daddy moved quickly. Who's starting to see that you really don't have to wait a long time on your blessings if you just try to line up a little bit? Anybody? You ain't got to wait no long time. You said, yes, I was here. That was awesome. And was. But a lot of those things have happened here. I'm trying to tell you. It's a nice feeling, for real, to watch God move in real time in so many different areas. I like it. And you should too. Because he's real. No matter, I know there's a lot of scripted worship and all of that. We just raw and uncut over here. But you see, just like in the wilderness, the real miracles be happening out here in the outside. In the outside. So, 2.5 years later, miracles. Who been here since the beginning? Thank you, Angel. I was going to say, have miracles not still been happening since we've been here? Real ones. Not no fake nothing. Real miracles. Real miracles. Healing and everything. And you said this is a sacred miracle ground. Come on now, on the internet. Ain't that something? Look how my daddy do. Real miracles happen here. And we don't use no rocks. We don't use no nothing. We ain't got to wait for the moon. Or we can ask today and he can do it today. And I ain't knocking nobody, but baby, see, when you go straight to the plug, ain't no cut on it, honey. There's no cut when you go straight to the plug. You understand? It ain't been watered down. It ain't nothing. You hear me? It be right and concentrated, honey. Ain't nothing on it. It ain't had to pass through a whole bunch of hands, and it ain't stepped on not now. Ain't not now person stepped on it. You hear me? Not one. And it's a good thing. You hear me? And that's why I say, nah, I just rather go to the plug instead of going anywhere else. Now, I'm meaning in scriptural text. I just want y'all to know that I mean in scriptural text, not anything else. But in scriptural text, I'd rather just go right on over here. Because why I'm going to go through you? Let me ask you a question, and I'm not trying to be funny. How many of you had to go through a pastor to get these prayers answered that are on your thank you list? Did you have to give it over to your pastor for them to pray over it? Did you have to, or did you just make a request like God said and then go back to see how long it took him to do it? I made me a thank you list today. Good job. You didn't have to go through nobody. Y'all didn't have to send me y'all prayer requests and we pray over them or nothing. You made your request known to God himself. And he started answering y'all prayers immediately. Some of y'all got thank you lists that's 2 years old. And you done probably made more sense. Because once you start to see him do things in your life, you don't want that to stop. And if you know all I got to do is tell him and you change it, then that stops all of the running on the hamster wheel in the middle, don't it? You ain't got to worry about who, what, when, where, why, when you just go straight. Even, no matter what the situation is, he'll take care of it. So you don't got to hear all the no. Who feel like they hear less no's now? Because you wait for him to give you a sign or go to the scripture and tell you what to do. It's on the website, CERCATROVA22.com. You can go over there and download it. Go to the website, CERCATROVA22, and then look down there. Click around in there, and it says thank you list. It's a PDF. Listen, this is the thing. You're welcome. This is the thing, family. God said make your requests known. And then people say you're not supposed to question God. That's the exact opposite of what he said. He said you don't have nothing because you don't ask me for it. And seeking, in order to find things, sometimes you have to ask questions. So what part of that is he said now don't question his decisions, but even with not don't question his, like his law is his law. But he'll still give you explanations on why stuff happened. He will. He's all knowledge, so that doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you go to the person that says, I have all of the knowledge, come to me with every issue you have? So how can you take it to God in prayer, but then you tell me don't question him? Or he says, bring everything to me and put it on the altar. I'll make your burdens light and all of this. They don't even be making no sense with what they be teaching, and that's why I don't be listening. In order to get an answer, you have to ask a question. Do you or do you not? And if he tell you I got all the answers, then that means you need to ask him the question. And then they be mad when you go and get your questions answered. They be mad when you go and get your questions answered. Sorry, you didn't want to know what that got to do with me. You said you gave away $5. And what? I gave out the $5 for the challenge you told us to do for 7 people in the first. And after the first, flipped it to 15. Within the hour, gave it. All right now. Listen, you cannot beat God given, I promise you. I don't care what nobody say. And that's why I won't go back to waiting on certain things, because, no. I don't gotta ask you. I don't gotta beg you. Nothing. I'm gonna ask my daddy, and he got it. Y'all know what song just came to my mind, but anyway, that. That part. He said he got it, so then I'll just go over there. And yes, my eyelashes, one is up and one is down because I sleep like this on this one. So this one is always going to be messed up because that's the side I sleep on. To sacred text. Hello. To sacred text. Jesus has been my only friend for a long time. And I'll tell you this, I'm grateful he has been. Sometimes you really be thinking you're missing out on stuff and you don't even realize God is protecting you from a lot. You know? You be mad because he make you sit there, hey, Joy. Come on, Joy. You already know what it is. You know what I mean? You be mad because they be trying to leave you out and God be trying to put you on. Bam! Did you hear what I said? Did you hear me in the back? You be mad because they be leaving you out and God is trying to put you on. I'll be honest with y'all. If I would have never sat down and started to read, I would have never seen any of this. For days, sometimes I sat and God said nothing. And when I would read, it didn't click. It didn't hit. He was teaching me dang near like a dog. I hate to say it, to respond to his voice. So he might not say nothing for like 4 days. I wouldn't hear nothing in my spirit or nothing. And then he'll say like, read Mark 4 and 12. Boom. And everything in Mark 4 and 12 is going on in my life. I'm like, wait a minute. So then he would wake me up in the middle of the night, early in the morning, different things like that. I'm like, this is soft. This is a soft shirt. Random, but I just put my hands on it and it was, anyway. So with that, oh, that's Auntie. What's she doing? Oh, hello. She turning up probably. I don't know. She know I'm live. Maybe she do. I don't know. So, I don't know. But with that, he had me sit down and write, and he had me sit down and learn. And none of this, none of the, I literally just prayed for Dad to let me hear his voice more clearly. Are you seriously? So this on point. And I'm about to show y'all something with what we about to read right now. You hear me? Because this is the thing, right? With, you just said something that triggered a memory. That's how it was for me. I was so confused on how I could hear. Listen. Yeah. Listen. Because it's a lot of people saying they hear from God, but they don't. And you will see it. Yeah. So, like I said, when God told me to sit at home and read and study, right? I was like, I got kids. But he kept giving me clues up until this point. Remember I told y'all, like, I was the one that had to be evicted and fired, not fired, but basically forced out of a job for me to believe that this is what he, because I didn't listen at first. I used to be like, God would not tell me to do it like that. That's not God. He said, actually, it is. Actually, this is the way. I told y'all my old pastor when I was 22, 23, he handed me this paper and I couldn't understand why he was handing me that paper, and it was a poem about being a pastor, and I'm like, why would he give me this? But now I know why. I'm not a pastor. I'm not. But he knew, probably he saw that God had called me to lead and teach. So he had it, and I kept it for years. I wish I still had it. I don't. I had it in one of my storages. Probably somebody else got it. Who knows? Moving on. I don't have it anymore. But there was keys to different things, right? That God had given me and kept telling me, no, I picked you. No, I picked you. I told y'all for years, over 20 years, I would go to different churches all over the country. Never been there. Sit in the back. Me and my kids walk in. I don't know nobody in here. I'm just gonna sit right. I would, if the seat was open in every single church, I was gonna sit on the left side. If you facing the pulpit, on the left side, in the right, like right up in the corner. Me and my kids. So last row, because I want to get up out of here. I'm always sitting by the usher or somebody. I need to get up out of here, right? Always. Never been in this church. Me or my kids don't know nobody. We sitting in here. It could be a big church. It don't matter. I'm talking about anywhere in the country. We sitting there. That lady right there, come here. You in the back, and I do the same thing every time. Like it's somebody behind me, but I mostly sit in the back thing. I do it again. Yes, you, young lady. I used to wear blonde hair. With the brand, you. Come here. Yeah, you. Right there with all the kids. You. God told me to tell you blah, 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 blah. And I used to be like, no, I don't receive any of it. Mm-mm. I'm living it all every day right now. You gonna speak in front of the masses. You are gonna bless a lot of women and men. You gonna help a lot of young people. You go. And devil showed up, and I said, oh, that's not good. Because think about this. No, for real. And I'm not trying to be funny, because it's a real thing, y'all. People keep telling you God didn't call you, right? People. And then God sent these to your house and you never even knew they existed. What you gonna think? Huh? People keep telling you you not. You don't even know these exist. And then somebody, and God said, no, I chose you. And then they said, well, why are they so big? I said, yeah, I've been trying to think about that. Y'all know what these was? You said it, Hot Tomato. Confirmation for how my ministry was going to go. I had already been laying the foundation and didn't realize it when I was doing the Bible studies early in the morning, late at night, 6 hours, 8 hours. Get off the phone with this person. Get on the phone with that person. Straight all day, hours of ministry in my house. I told y'all people would call me over and say, hey, we got the goods ready. You want to come over and eat? I'm like, oh, what y'all cooking? Then we get over there and they got it all set up. Okay, so we ready. We ready for what? I thought this was a cookout. It is, but we gonna cook and you gonna teach. No, that ain't what I came. I thought we was about to turn up. Oh, so y'all gonna turn up. Y'all gonna keep me comfortable, but I still gotta work while I'm over here. Yeah, this why I don't go nowhere. Not the hood. I'm talking about they got the studio going right here. Niggas is rapping in a booth. This is not what I... And they just set up a little table, the same one my grandma used to use on Tuesdays when she was teaching Bible study, honey. That little black table, the same one. They got it set up with a little chair, a little drink right there. Now, she had orange juice and water. I might have had something else, but amen. Same thing. Crazy. And me and my cousins and my brothers used to play church. And I, because my grandmother was a pastor, was going to be the... Now, you could be the deacon. Didn't even know what I was setting myself up for. Don't play church. You know what that made me think? Oh! Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Got to do it. You just give me one moment. Hold on. Gotta put y'all on pause. Come over here. I think it's this one. Hold on, y'all. hear it, that makes me sad. So there's that. Right there, baby! Honey! Listen here! Listen here! I'm trying to tell you what I know! Listen! I used to go to church and tell them people, listen here, I be feeling something, and they be like, oh, that ain't the Lord. Yes, it was. It sure was. I got baptized at 5 years old, and they kept telling me because I wouldn't speak in front of them and all this stuff. I used to wake up speaking in tongues and didn't even know what was going on. Little kid, crying, having dreams about the end of the world, seeing people praying for them. I was a young kid. Indeed. That's upside down, but it's so heavy, it's just going to have to stay there for right now. Sorry, guys. Ooh. Do it right. So like I was saying, it don't matter what people say, because they wasn't there when your heart met God. And people say, oh, they not this and they not that. They don't know. They have no idea of who you are in Christ, because they didn't create you. They wasn't there when I used to be talking. I didn't. I didn't see it. But y'all better believe God be talking to these kids. Just because you don't talk to them don't mean they don't. And they listen. Y'all don't. The kids be like, God told me don't do that. Don't do that, mommy. Sometimes that be God using your kids to talk to you. Because maybe you'll listen to your 2-year-old. No. You hear me? Your kids be trying to help you too. God can speak. If he can speak through you, he can speak through your 2-year-old. I don't know why y'all don't be thinking these kids can't tell you stuff. And y'all better listen to their dreams, because their dreams God be trying to tell you, because he tried to show you, but you be trying not to listen. We outside International University. Yeah. All right. So you need to go to sacred text. We're going to the Gospel of Nicodemus. Y'all ready? He said, God, yeah. They talk to, listen. Yeah, he used your kids to talk to you. And if you don't listen, you foolish. My kids used to tell me all kinds of stuff, and it would be right. And that, so this is, I remember I told y'all I made it a practice in my house. We would say good morning, and then the next question that I would say, good morning, how did you sleep, and did you dream? Every day. Good morning, how did you sleep, and did you dream? Every day. I used to ask my ex-husband too, good morning, how did you sleep, did you dream? What you dream? Because I understand that God will give each person in your house a piece of the dream. But if you're not talking to nobody, then you don't know what's going on. The spirit realm is the dream realm. Yes? Right? Or no? Right? Right. Right. So why are you not writing down your dreams? A lot of times God answers your question in dreams. But if you don't write it down, then you won't know that it's the answer. That's why I ask y'all to keep a journal by the side of your bed or something. So if you wake up and it's fresh on your mind, write it down and the time, because it's all relevant in real life. It's always relevant, I'm telling you. You started writing your dreams, good job. He answered my question about my son's death in a dream. Okay. Come on, Jen. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know. I have no idea. Write it down and find out. I have no idea. You said just at me. Hilarious. Well, write it down then. But okay. I'm going to tell you what started happening to me. God started showing me major life events for other people that were catastrophic. And I didn't realize that was I was supposed to write that down and then go tell that person they needed to be careful because I had a dream. So when you don't, it could be somebody in your family. And wouldn't that just be devastating to you that God gave you the information to warn your cousin or warn your friend or warn your mama. And because you don't write your dreams down, you couldn't help the person. That was up. You said I dreamed that my brother died shortly after he did. Exactly. Sometimes we God. Okay. Who remembers the Testament of Abraham or the Apocalypse of Abraham when he was getting ready to go? Didn't God tell his son he was getting ready to die? You just reminded me. Thank you. I need to call my cousins. We'll call them. Thank you. And did. And you don't want to listen to your kids' dreams? God is going to show them their dream in the way that they understand. So you have got to be the decoder sometimes, but you just need to listen. It's a real thing. So when you don't ask your kids, what if God was giving a message to each of your children? Each piece, a kid dreamed a piece about it. My sister and I just had a dream of our mother passing. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be your mother. It could be someone else. Yeah, it's a real thing. Wow. I don't know. It don't have to be your kid. It could be somebody else's. You know what I mean? But those things get you up to pray. And sometimes, like I said, God will show you your family member. So you pray like it's your family member, but you be doing intercessory prayer for somebody across the world, across the nation, for real, for real. Because God has had me calling out names in prayer that I didn't even know who this person was, but I would see it's like he would kind of show me a face. And then I get on the news and it's some international news about a little kid with that name. Like, it used to be weird. And so then I used to just be like, okay. But I understand that when you're interceding for a person, you don't have to know them. But if they don't have nobody to pray for them at that moment, God might choose you. And you don't have to know the name. I mean, you don't have to know the person. If you're praying and a random name comes out of your mouth while you're praying to God, like, oh, where'd that come from? Okay, you could be praying for somebody in Zanzibar. You never know. You could be praying for somebody in Africa. You could be praying for somebody in Asia because there's nobody to pray for them. And your prayer from all the way over here could help their life. Could get them out of a situation. Because the Bible says where 2 or 3 is coming together. How do you know that mom is not praying that somebody hear her because this man is trying to hurt her? This, whatever. He might be trying to unalive her. Well, God might have a memory come to your mind or when somebody tried to do it to you. And you know what you say? Ooh, God, touch every mama that might be in that situation right now. Boom. Her prayer, your thought, and your prayer connect where there's 2 or 3 he's gathered in a name. And then all of a sudden that man don't know why something is prying his hands off of that lady's neck. Or he snap out of it. You hearing me? He said where 2 or 3 come together. He didn't say exactly where it is. You could be together with a person. We together right now, and ain't none of us in the same house. Okay? You could have a thought about your son not making it home and see a vision like, oh, God, no, Jesus, Please touch these young men out here, God, and don't even know that God just showed you a scene of where a little boy was getting ready to lose his life to gun violence. But because you thought about your sons, you prayed about other people's sons. How do you know that this boy said, tonight I'm done, God. If you let me get it home and make it home, I'm done with this. And the devil said, oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not done with this. Absolutely not. I'm going to get you before you can even try to make a change. But you praying for your son and then thinking about the kid that don't got to pray your mama, you put that prayer out there, it connect with old boy prayer. And guess what? He make it in the house just in. If the internet can connect us, you don't think our prayers can? If you look at prayers like the internet, how many people can you connect with once you log on in the spirit and you're in prayer? You can connect with people all over the world. You think you're the only one praying at that very moment? Absolutely not. So when you start to pray and when you get into a prayer mindset, you are logging on to the spiritual internet and you are now connecting with every single person that is on the spiritual internet. Is you understanding? And God's system ain't like the internet. Too many people can't log on and it's going to crash the system. His system don't crash. As a matter of fact, it generates more energy. So you'll want to connect as much as you can. And he said, pray without ceasing. That means you always connected to the spiritual internet so you don't never run out of no energy. His stuff don't crash. Do you hear me? He's never ending. He supplies everything. That is strength. That is comfort. That is calm. That's everything you need every day. But you got to connect to the source. You got to log on. And a lot of people be mad because they don't know how to log on. That ain't my issue. I don't got to do no big old grand prayer in front of everybody. I can pray in my spirit and he's still going to move because I'm connecting even though it don't show you I'm online. You don't got to know I'm online. I could be sitting here right in front of you, logging on.
Goodbye.
Whoa. Right. I forgot I didn't turn it on. I got a VPN. A SVPN. A spiritual virtual private network. You don't gotta know what I'm talking about. The emails that I'm sending. Exactly. It's covered by the blood so that the enemy can't interrupt my plan. So the enemy can't intercept what it is that I need to talk to God about. Do you understand? That's why the devil wants you to make these grand things and say, oh, this and oh, that. And God said, what you come over here and pray about in secret to me? The masses will know after I do it. Now, that's not saying you can't speak it out, but some things God wants you to keep secret. Because if the enemy know how you're going to move, well, it's always going to be a stumbling block. Sometimes you just got to be quiet. You can't always tell the enemy you coming. And everybody don't got to know your prayers. It's okay. It ain't none of their business, because just like you don't let everybody in your bedroom, You don't let everybody in your prayer life either. It's the same. It ain't no OnlyFans over there. Ain't no OnlyFans on that internet. Everybody got a SVPN. Do you understand? Can't nobody join in over there and see what's going on in your private time. That's why I like that internet better. Less exposing over there. Yeah. Moving on. Let's go. Y'all ready? So we in the book of Nicodemus. Here we go. I need y'all to go to the 15th chapter of the 15th verse of the first chapter. Come on. Is you ready? Sacred text. Verse 15 says, the messenger answered them and said, that should be the first thing you see. Y'all ready? Look at this. This is how you know I'll be sleep. It's always going to be this one. Y'all ready? Yeah. Okay. It says, the messenger answered them and said, I asked one of the Jews and said, what is this which the children do cry out in the Hebrew language? And he explained it to me, saying, they cry out, Hosanna, which being interpreted is, O Lord, save me, or O Lord, save. And Pilate then said to them, why do you yourselves testify to the words spoken by the children, namely by your silence? In what has the messenger done amiss? And they were silent. And then the governor said unto the messenger, go forth and endeavor by any means to bring him in. But the messenger went forth and did as before and said, Lord, come in, for the governor calleth thee. And as Jesus was going in by the ensigns who carried the standards, the tops of them bowed down and worshiped Jesus. So they were flag holders. You know how they blow the thing and then you got the other one standing there holding the I don't let people in my life, I'm sorry. Holding the flag pose, you know what I'm saying, for the, and they just flapping up there, right? You heard me? They just holding them like this the whole time, but they gotta be still and not move, and then the people got the horn, that type thing. Okay? You hear me? You hear this? So with that, hello. So with that, they go get Jesus who's in cuffs. This is, okay, so anybody seen the scene where Jesus is questioned by Pilate? When the Jews was out there trying to get all riled up? Y'all watched the Passion of Christ. Y'all know, right? Y'all seen it. So when they bring Jesus through, all of the flagpoles, not the people holding the flagpoles, but the flagpoles bend over. All of them at one time. Okay? What you gonna do? You walking into Six Flags and all of a sudden all them poles that's right there with the things that you know shouldn't be bending, they just all bend over as you walking. What would you do? What would you do? Jesus. There's some people that just be so weird. And they don't have nothing better to do but be stupid. Here we go. All right. Right? you gonna do? You gonna trip. You hear me? So, with that, it says, whereupon the Jews exclaimed, I'm sorry, wait a minute. More vehemently against the ensigns. But Pilate said to the Jews, I know it is not pleasing to you that the tops of the standards did of themselves bow and worship Jesus. But why do you exclaim against the ensigns, as if they had bowed and worshipped? They replied to Pilate, we saw the ensigns themselves bowing and worshiping Jesus. So these Jewish folks then lied and said, they lied to you, they bowed. And that's why they bent over like that. Everybody is here to see. And all of those people that was outside yelling and talking crazy, they lied. These is the church folks. So y'all gonna lie to this man and say that y'all didn't see all them poles bend over on their own and you lie? Okay, so God said, let me show you what I got for you. Just hold on. Yes. It says they replied to Pilate, we saw the ensigns themselves bowing and worshiping Jesus. Then the governor called the ensigns and said, hey, come here. Why did you do this? The ensign said to Pilate, we are all pagans and worship the gods in the temples. How should we think anything about worshiping him? We only held the standards in our hands and they bowed themselves and worshiped him. Hold on. Listen to me. They said, who was you talking to? We don't worship Jesus. We could care less about worshiping Jesus. Them signs bow by themselves. We do not worship him. Why is you questioning us about somebody we don't worship? That's crazy. They said we pagans. We don't care about worshiping Jesus. We worship the statues that's in the temple. No, them things bent on their own. But the Jews tried to lie and say that they said we didn't do that. Tell me that's not crazy. So even the pagans are testifying and saying, it really happened and we didn't have nothing to do with it. I know they said we did, but we didn't. Y'all hate Jesus this much? Y'all gonna lie? Let's see. Let's see. Look. Woo! It says, then said Pilate to the rulers of the synagogue, do ye yourselves choose some strong men and let them hold the standards, and we shall see whether they will then bend of themselves. So the elders of the Jews sought out 12 of the most strong and able old men and made them hold the standards, and they stood in the presence of the governor. Then Pilate said to the messenger, take Jesus out, and by some means bring him in again. And Jesus and the messenger went out in the hall. And Pilate called the ensigns who before had borne the standards, and swore to them that if they had not borne the standards in the manner when Jesus before entered in, he would cut off their heads. And then the governor commanded Jesus to come in again. And the messenger did as he had done before, and very much entreated Jesus that he should go upon his cloak and walk on it. And he did walk upon it and went in. And when Jesus went in, the standards bowed themselves as before and worshipped him. So they got a second set of men to hold the poles, stronger than the other ones. And when Jesus walked through, them poles still bent down and worshiped God. Who remembers the story of when he was 2 and they was going into Egypt, and every time they went past, we just read it the other day, every time they went past those 2 poles, They would cry out, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. Y'all remember? And so Herod made everybody go out, right? He made everybody go out, okay? And then come back in one by one. And when it got to Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, the two pillars on the side start talking. So the same thing is happening 31 years later when he's about to be crucified. That every single thing that is in creation is going to honor him. Even the rocks. Didn't the rocks cry out when he was 2? Did the rocks not cry out when Jesus walked into Egypt when he was 2 years old? They said Jesus is king. Oh, okay. Can y'all tell me the scripture in a regular Bible where it says even the rocks is going to cry out? And a lot of people don't even know where that comes from. And it comes from when he was first here and the rocks cried out. What's the scripture? Oh, Lord. It's Luke 9 and 14, 19 and 14, 19 and 40. Oh, God, right. Okay, let's go. Thank you. I don't have time. All right. And now when Pilate saw this, he was afraid and was about to rise from his seat. You said you done made the governor scared. You done made the governor scared. This is a man that is having people executed. And you made him scared. Because twice, now y'all got to remember, this Pilate's, they don't do that for the governor. They don't do that for the other Roman officials or whoever else it is that come there. But here's Jesus walking over here. He's just a carpenter's boy. And when he walked, steel bends. When he walked, trees cry out. Like Disney showed us, they really could talk. I know they keep making me follow people that I would never follow. And they make me unfollow y'all and follow accounts that I would not absolutely ever follow. I didn't unfollow certain people like 10 times and they keep making me follow them again. I don't know how they keep doing that, but that's pissing me off. Don't make me follow nobody. I don't watch that mess. It's weird. What? Right. But he got scared though. Could you imagine? If go sit down somewhere was a person, that part. I would have been shook. Me too. Me too. Like, what the heck? Look here. So it says, but while he thought to rise, his own wife, thank God for a good wife, who stood at a distance, sent to him, saying, have thou nothing to do with that just man, For I have suffered much concerning him in a vision this night. A dream? His wife said, you leave that situation. Look, she over there like this. It says she sent word. She across the room like this. She over there like, nigga, I couldn't even go to sleep last night. You let him go. You let him go, and you bet not get in there. I'm not playing with you, Pilate. I'm not going to tell you no more. I said let it go. I can see it. God done took her sleep. Now look at this. How many spouses don't listen to their spouse, male or female, and something happens? They listen to their friends over their spouse. But God gave your other half a dream about you because they know you're not listening, or they know you don't believe it. So something that you've been going through in your mind, God let your spouse wake up and dream about it, and you want to tell them they crazy. God trying to help you. Because if you won't listen, he going to go to your spouse. If you don't listen to your spouse, he going to have somebody else call you with a dream because he needs you to get the message. Do you understand? Her husband was about to make a decision that could have cursed them and their children. She said, he ain't did it. They lying. Get him out of there. A helpmeet. But most people don't listen to their helpmeet. Most people don't listen to the person that God has sent into your life to help you not make bad decisions. And we'll let what the crowd say get us riled up, because but the crowd ain't telling the truth. Because they're not really concerned. They just want what they want. Do you understand? They don't really want you. They want what they want. Whether it be to see their end goal. Oh, man, listen. Good night. I'm trying to tell you. The crowd on that slippery slope themselves. I'm trying. Ooh, what you done said, Miss Felicia. Trying to tell you. Look here. So let's keep going. I'm trying to tell you, look. It says, when the Jews heard this, they said to Pilate, did we not say unto thee, he is a conjurer? Behold, he hath caused thy wife to dream. Pilate then, calling Jesus, said, thou hast heard what they testify against thee, and makest no answer? Jesus replied, my daddy, when I tell you my daddy is the king of chop you in your throat and I ain't got nothing else to say. Y'all see, he said they calling you a conjurer. They saying all of this. He said, what you got to say? Jesus said, this is why they was trying to get rid of him. If they had not a power of speaking, they could not have spoke. But because everyone has the command of his own tongue to speak both good and bad, let him look to it. Huh? Let him look to it. He said the only reason they're able to talk is because I let them. In a nice way. Did y'all catch that? Excuse me, did y'all catch that? Y'all caught that? Y'all caught that? He said they only really able to talk because I let them talk. I mean, I gave them a mouth to speak. They can use it for what they want. I ain't about to stop them, let them say what they gonna say. I gave them the mouth to say it. Why is you talking crazy to these people? And this is why they be ready to disown you, Dad. Right here. He said everybody got a mouth. Let them use it how they gonna use it. I mean, they gonna do whatever they gonna do. You gonna believe what you gonna believe anyway. That part. Right. But the elders of the Jews answered and said to Jesus, "What shall we look into?" What we supposed to be looking? I mean, he always talking in riddles and stuff. Y'all just mad. What should we look into? What? They always angry and aggressive, ain't they? Always. Why is y'all always mad? Because y'all never get the answer you want? That's okay. We don't care. In the first place, we know this concerning thee. Here go the church folks always trying to tell your business. That thou was born through fornication. You know she born because her husband cheated on her wife with the lady, with the secretary. So church people be messy. What? Y'all think they took these books out because we would know not to tell them our business because they was going to be coming back 30 years later talking about, she was, They said, Jesus, we already know your mama, they wasn't married. Secondly, that upon the account of thy birth, the infants were slain in Bethlehem. Stop. They saying to this man, and because of you, all the babies got killed. First of all, they called his mama a hoe. Then they said, and because your mama was a hoe, all the kids got killed. Are you serious? This is what y'all saying to this man? Right, Queen? You said them fighting words. Well, they said it to Jesus. You said they were bold and still are. Yes, because they will tell you all your family business and you just came to talk to God. Did you know that your mom used to? Well, we know your mama used to. How's she doing? Is she still? Your daddy still? Okay, good. I'm going to pray for y'all. Girl, they still. So ain't nothing changed since my dad was on the cross. Thank God he got off. Because he's still on the cross. I don't know. Maybe he did. Because, honey, they ain't crucifying you if you ain't guilty. I seen a couple miracles he did, honey. I don't know if he do witchcraft or not. Was y'all married or was y'all not married? Girl, you ain't gotta lie. You could tell us y'all snuck around before everybody. Y'all hurry up and got married because some of y'all just figured out you a messy church person and didn't even know it. Sign up for Messy Anonymous class in Hall M. MA, Messy Anonymous, is in 202 on hallway M down there. I know, and it's going to be a painful reconstruction of the mind, but it'll be worth it. Going down. Messy is down this hall. No, baby, not to the left, to the right. Go. Okay, yeah, right there, 202. Because you're going to get double the messiness back if you don't quit playing. Do you understand? You better quit playing. It's over there. Down, the messy aisle. That's the messy hallway over there. You didn't know, but now you do. Okay? Listen, this is the messy anonymous class. You'll learn to not be messy over here. Mm-mm. Don't do it. So you say, thank you. You're going to learn to not be messy over here. And then the peace class is right next door. Because once you learn not to be messy, you realize how much peace you have. But see, that's a whole nother transition. Because you're so used to chaos that peace scares you. Right? So then you have to go next door. Well, actually, it's like you got to just turn that corner right there. And it's the first classroom. You're going to make a right there. Okay? And it's in hallway P for peace. Okay, and you're gonna go in 101, and you're gonna start from the beginning, and you are gonna be taught how to live in peace, honey. It's okay. It's all right. So you leave messy hallway right here. Don't go to C, because you'll be back in chaos. We need to just stay off of C hall and come over here. Go to M, and then you need to go to P, and just 101. So 202 for the messy anonymous. Okay, you said I'll be in 201, Lord Jesus. And so then there's that. Oh yeah, I forgot. You sure do. No. So you gonna be in the other end of P hallway for petty. We got a petty anonymous class over there too. Right? So peace is on the opposite side of the petty hallway. It's gonna be down at the end on the left. Okay? But right after you get out of that, you go on over to the other end and go down to peace. Because petty and messy, they normally run together. Now, you just might be the petty one, but I'm sure it's a messy one somewhere near you. So then we just go, yeah, petty and messy normally run together. That's normally how it works. Listen, and they all on the same house. It ain't that far. You'll need to run, though, because there's only a 4-minute passing period. And she's a little, messy. So, yeah, you want to get on back as fast as you can. Let me quit messing with y'all. Listen here, because we got messy anonymous over here, honey. Nasty attitude anonymous, all kinds of stuff. Quit touching other people's spouse anonymous, that's down. Adultery anonymous is down on 4. You're going to need to go to because that's a special hallway. And because we already know you got problems, those classes have been broken down into your level of trust. We've been watching you around the campus, and we know we can't put you in there in certain rooms because you'll be tempted. So you might have to do a one-on-one class. Well, actually 2 people, because we just gotta know. Matter of fact, you can't even do one-on-one yet. You might need to do a group. We will figure that out. We'll get that. We're gonna go on a case-by-case basis with that. But adultery anonymous is down this way. You hear me? Take stuff that don't belong to you anonymous. It's on the same hall. Okay. All right. You said too many classes I have to be in. Hilarious. Well, you got a full schedule. You're a full-time student, babe. You're not a part-time student. You're a full-time. See, if you're only full-time, then, But, yeah, you're a full-time student. Don't worry about it. You got a full schedule every day. Lunch is at 12. We give you a breather at about 1:30 because we know we hit you hard after lunch. So, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll get to that degree before you know it. Don't worry about it. Oh, you said you're going to be remote learning? Okay. All right. Hilarious. You said I'm lost. Dusty said, I don't know which class. Look at your syllabus. You got to look at your class log and see where your teachers are and just follow the signs up at the top. You'll get there, honey. Don't worry about it. You can ask the hall monitor down there. She's down there. Shakayla, she'll help you. She's always jingling her keys. You just go see her and she'll point you in the right direction. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. You'll just listen for her keys. Where is the welcoming committee at? It ain't one over here. Because you've been welcome in too many places that you shouldn't have been, so there's no welcoming committee here. No, we don't have one. This is reform school. You tired of people smiling in your face and you wouldn't get no better, so no ma'am. You gonna come in and you gonna learn. You done had enough welcome committees. That's it, that's all. Ain't no more. That's it. Hey, Tasia. You said if you haven't laughed and cried at the same time, you are not ready for graduation. Absolutely. And if you didn't pee on yourself while you was laughing and had to like tense up, yeah, you're not ready for graduation yet. We still gotta toughen you up and get you over there. It's a process. You said the shackles is on my feet. Hilarious. This is the thing. We growing as a people here. You said the way I'm hot. Listen, it's a real thing. I gotta stop laughing because I'm full and I don't want to throw up. Oh my goodness, hilarious. Listen, but it's a real thing because look at y'all like, I need to be on LP. I need to be on LM. I need to be on hallway. Yeah, I'm supposed to be on that hallway. Y'all didn't know they was y'all class. See, we re-signing up. See, class over. Okay? Classes is over, so you need to be picking your classes for next year. So you need to figure out what your main area of study is going to be next year and sign up for those classes. You'll need to do that by July 15th in order to ensure your spot in the class. So, thank you. Sarah sent me this. You hear me? You'll need to sign up. So if you know you said headed towards Hall P. I know you is. You and a few others. I'm going to go. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to go over the class list. You'll need to look at how many credit hours each class is so that you can know if you can dedicate the time to that. And I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the restroom. I'll let you guys go over that. You go ahead and go through the list and know where you need to be. Listen. Yeah. Go on and get your list together. I'll be right back. Figure out where you're supposed to be, hon. Don't just do it for the money. You'll need to really think about it. You don't want to get in a class you're going to hate. Sorry, y'all. Y'all got your classes picked. I'm going to round them. Just pass those to the person to your left. Pass those to the person to your left, and I'll collect them at the basket at the back of the room. Thank you. Face them down. We'll get those over to the office. Listen. Y'all, you already missed homeroom today? Oh, you already studying from home today. Hilarious. So, I refuse to go to detention, which y'all hilarious. Yep. Because if you don't keep a B plus average, we got some tutors that's gonna come over there and help you. You said I'll start with the petty. Well, good. Good, 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 good. I'm happy you all are thinking about it. Let's go on. Here we go. Too funny. It says, in the first place, we know this concerning thee, that thou was born through fornication. Secondly, that upon the account of thy birth, the infants were slain in Bethlehem. Thirdly, that thy father and mother, Mary, fled into Egypt. Remember, that's when the rocks was talking. Because they could not trust their own people. Some of the Jews who stood by spake more favorably. We cannot say that he was born through fornication, but we know that his mother Mary was betrothed to Joseph, and so he was not born through fornication. Then said Pilate to the Jews who affirmed him to be born through fornication, this account is not true. Your account, is not true, seeing that there was a betrothment, as they testify who you are of your own nation. As they testify who are of your own nation. So it was some people there that were saying the people that wanted Jesus crucified was saying that he was born in fornication and all of this, and all the kids got killed because of him and all of this. There was some people there that was telling the truth. They was like, he was not born in fornication. They was betrothed, and she got pregnant. He wasn't even there. Who knows that Joseph was gone for 6 months? What was Joseph doing? Who's read it? What was he doing? You read it, Joy? What was Joseph doing for the first 6 months of Mary's pregnancy? Working for the giants, being a carpenter, working for the kings, and was. He was away. And when he came back, his stomach was blowed up. But he knew this. But everybody knew that the night that they got married, he instantly went away to work. He put her in the house and left. But he also knew that she was pregnant. Didn't he? He knew she was pregnant. But it's still mind-blowing to know that a person's stomach can swell up and you ain't touched her. And it's really a baby in there. The angel told him. And he said, you better do it too. He said, I'm old and I do not want that little girl. I already had a wife. I'm over this. I'm old. My kids is grown. Oh, God, please don't. Okay, moving on. I don't even want to think about it. Because my kids is grown. All right. Annas and Caiaphas spoke to Pilate. All this multitude of people is to be regarded, who cry out that he was born through fornication and is a conjurer. But they who deny him to be born through fornication are his proselytes and his disciples. So the Jews basically said, the only people that's saying that he wasn't born in fornication, that's because they follow him. They his followers. So of course they're going to say that. But he is a conjurer. They accuse Jesus of being a witch, which is crazy. Why do we know that's crazy? Who knows why we know that's crazy? Anybody? Nobody got the answer. He was against it, but where did witchcraft come from? You probably have to go out and come back in. I don't know. Because of the fallen angels. It says in Enoch that they taught the angels right. they taught, ooh, and was Keish, right. So they got in trouble. I don't know, y'all. The people's is probably over here. They got in trouble for teaching the secrets of heaven. There is magic, but it was never supposed to be in the hands of men. And so that is the secrets of heaven, on how the universe works and all of these different things are what the fallen angels taught men. Why did they teach them that? Because they wanted them to be like who? Y'all realize the exact same thing that happened in the garden happened again 7 generations into Adam and into human life? Y'all realize that? Lucifer told Adam and Eve, if you eat this, you will be like God. And then the fallen angels, when they came, they taught the women they taught them how to affect the moon and affect the weather and to grow plants and to use God's creation to do harm. Ain't that crazy? Tainting the bloodline. Come on. So for a witch to be able to take vines and make them grow up out of the ground, and God is the source of all life, and to make them strangle a person or hurt a person, do you understand how the angels taught these people how to use wood to hurt somebody, to curse somebody, to put a spell on somebody? Wood. This is God's creation. To take water and use water magic. God created water, and you are taking his creation and using it to sin. Fire magic. Because magic takes the control from a person. So you're using all of God's elements that he created to force someone to do something, and he don't even do that. But you want to talk about, isn't it crazy that the people that try to compare themselves to God and say, well, you serve a God that do this and you serve, but they do magic? God give you free will. If you a witch or a warlock, you taking a purse away. You're worse than God. Because he give you the option. Witchcraft does not give you that option. It forces you to do things that you don't want to do. It forces you to say and do things that you don't want to do, and not even God does that. So you take his creation and do something that he don't even do with it. And then want to tell him how unfair he is when you are writing people's names on things and giving them potions to make them. Who's really unfair and who's really not kind? You'll put a spell on somebody so their life will be bad. But want to talk about how God is? You're controlling people. He ain't controlling nobody. Even the angels had free will. Even the animals had free will. And y'all go and do spells on the damn animals and enchant the animals and make them do your bidding. Who unfair? Who's a F up person or entity? Sound like y'all to me. Talk all this crap about what God do, but y'all use his creation to force people to do what you want them to do. Sound like the angels to me. Interesting. And you use his creation that he put here for us to enjoy to do it right. Because he made fire. He made water. He made earth. He made air. And those are all the things that y'all need to use to work sin. You can't even do magic without what he created. Go create your own universe and make the rules. You can't. You can only use what he gave us. And nothing outside of that. Anything that you use to create anything, it does not matter. He already created the base of it for you to do the sin, which is nuts. And he still let you do it, but you're going to control somebody with a spell and some magic. Right. And talk about how horrible he is. Huh? Okay. Right. Right. Moving on. Here we go. Pilate answered Annas and Caiaphas, "Who are these proselytes?" They answered, "They are those who are the children of pagans and are not become Jews, but followers of him." And then replied Eleazar and Asterius, Antonius, James, Carus, Samuel, Isaac, Phineas, Crispus, and Agrippa, Annas and Judas. "We are not proselytes, but children of the Jews, and speak the truth, and were present when Mary was betrothed." God always gonna leave a witness. Betrothed, excuse me. Then Pilate, addressing himself to the 12 men who spake this, said to them, "I conjure you by the life of Caesar, that ye faithfully declare whether he was born through fornication, or those things be true which you have related." And they answered Pilate, "We have a law whereby we are forbid to swear, it being a sin. Let them swear by the life of Caesar that it is not as we have said, and we will be contented to be put to death." And then said Annas and Caiaphas to Pilate, "Those 12 men will not believe that we know him to be basely born and to be a conjurer, although he pretends that he is the Son of God and a king, which we are so far from believing that we tremble to hear." And then Pilate commanded everyone to go out except the 12 men who said he was not born through fornication, and Jesus to withdraw to a distance, and said to them, "Why have the Jews a mind to kill Jesus?" And they answered him, "They are angry because he wrought cures on the Sabbath day." Pilate said, "Will they kill him for a good work?" And they said unto him, "Yes, sir." How many times have you been just trying to do what God told you to do, and messy folks come and try to get people to believe that what it is that you're doing is not the will of God, because they don't like how it looks or it makes them look bad? Real miracles was happening where Jesus was at. And the Jews was mad about it because they couldn't take no credit for it, and so they had to lie and say Jesus was a witch. That's weird. Y'all done came in here and watched people call me all kinds of names, horrible things. That don't mean blessings ain't still happening over here, and we outside just like Jesus then was. Mm-hmm. You said what? Miracles is really happening over here, but it don't look like, because I don't got no white collar on and I ain't hollering in no microphone all the time and doing all this old weird stuff. So then it don't look like God is over here. But guess what? We don't care what it look like. We just care that it is. We don't care what it look like. Because these people, where is it? Where are you? Remember? Remember this? Remember? See, this is the Christian face right here. This is church folks. Still to this day. You see that? They looked the part. See? They had all the things on that show they a pastor, they robes and the big fancy hats. And see, underneath this, see, what a lot of y'all might not know is in this robe, in the trim, there was actual scrolls sewed into this. Under their hat, there were scrolls, the word. But it's so crazy because they had all that word in their clothes and on their drawers and all of that, the little bitty scrolls like this, stitched into their robes. They had just like this, little bitty scrolls sewed all into their clothes, for real. Like this. Whole bunches of them. The word and all of this, but didn't even recognize the word when it was right in their face. Mm. So y'all had all the word, all in. But when the word was looking you daddy, now we know he didn't look like this, but we just using this as an example. You knew the word so well you couldn't see it when you saw it. You didn't even know it when you saw it. He was looking the word in the face and didn't even recognize it. He was looking the truth in the face and called it a lie. You hear me? But you got all the church clothes on though. You got everybody know you a priest. Everybody know you a pastor. Everybody know you sanctified and saved. Hmm. And yet, he was looking the word in the face and didn't even know it. He was this close to the word and didn't even know it. The word made flesh. But you had all this on and all of these scrolls and all of this word all in your clothes and didn't even recognize the word walking. Matter of fact, you called the word walking a drunkard and a witch and all these things, but you know the word. Really, really interesting. If you go look up how they scroll, I'm telling you, when I did the research on it, they had scrolls sewed into their clothes, and you did, huh? You know the word so much, it's so close to your heart, you don't even know it when you see it. Interesting. 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 And then you use the closest people to him. You mean the church people always gonna go ask your family what's going on with you? I seen your baby. What's going on with him? Oh, oh. It'll be the people you eat with, the people that you fed out your own kitchen, the people you gave your food for from out your freezer. Them people, the people that you put right in front of you, or wait and let you get dog walked by everybody and swear up and that down to your homeboy, your homegirl, and ain't gonna try to help you do nothing. But these is the same people you went and you helped them move, but they won't come help you move. Or when they didn't have a car, you picked them up for 6 months and never charged them nothing. Now it's your turn and they going to charge you every time they take you somewhere because their car don't move for free. And when the crowd get riled up to you, they don't stand up to you. They just gone and gone back into the shadows like this. I mean, we was cool, but we don't. I mean, we wasn't cool like that. Ooh. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Right? You hear me? Be mindful. Be mindful. Nicodemus is a very good, very good, very good book. If you want to understand the crucifixion and what all happened concerning that, you learn that there were saints that got up the moment that Jesus took his last breath. You learn that all the graves opened up and it was people that had been dead for thousands of years just walking around for 3 days. Like the Walking Dead. This is where they get that story from, right here. In Nicodemus, it's here and it's good. It's a very good breakdown of what yeah, it's in here. Yeah, it was at 3,000 people, but I think it was people all around the world. They got up. It wasn't just in Jerusalem. From what I understand, it was all around the world and folks got up and was walking around. But they had been dead for years. Because remember, before Jesus came, everybody went to hell, pretty much. Or they went to that space. And then after he took back the keys to heaven and, I mean, to hell and all of that, then there was a divide. But prior to that, even the prophets, everybody went to that space. Right. And he marched up out of there with souls that, because of Adam, we were all sin. We all born in sin. So instantly, just because you was born out of Adam, your uh punishment automatically was death. That's why we have to get reborn again. And then God sees us in the blood of Christ so that he knows that we not still covered in sin. You heard me? I really be sleeping on these lashes, honey, because I'm telling you, it is all the way pushed up. That's because I sleep. Crazy, right? Make you think a little bit differently. Make you think a little bit differently about the whole story of the crucifixion and about all of the things as to why they were so angry and ready to get rid of Jesus. When you read the birth of the infancy of Jesus Christ. Thank you, Mr. Patrick. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And now y'all understand why they didn't want. Who understands more and more the more that we read why they didn't want these books in the Bible? Because then you would know who they are. They only tell you the most important parts. They leave out all the good stuff. They leave out all. This would have been an important thing to know that the poles was bowing down and that the rocks cried out. Because how many people quote the scripture about the rocks crying out, and how many people just found out that the rocks cried out when he went into Egypt? The pillars spoke, and they was rocks.
even when he said, "Oh, ye gates be lifted up, let the King of Glory come in," that he was at the gates of hell when he said that. Y'all, the only thing I can tell y'all is to go out and come back in. I don't know what else to tell y'all. I don't control how it works. I'm just on here, so I don't know. If it's not matching up, y'all just go out and come back in. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. What am I supposed to do? Y'all want me to pause it? Is that better? I don't know. It probably just depends on the storms and whatever else. But think about that though, family. Okay? Think about that. There are so many pieces of the word that's missing, and it'll give you a better view of really what Jesus went through. You hear me? And that's why I like reading them, because to know they was, because the way that the Bible just, the way that KJV and most of the American Bibles or whatever you want to call it, but put the story out there, it just looked like he was born, he was 11, and then he was 30. But there's so much more as to why they wanted him gone. Do you understand? They wanted him gone because he had been pointing out so much stuff in that time. They were sick of it. So they was willing to lie and use his best friends to get at him. That's nuts. But you don't know that if you don't go looking. You don't know that if you don't go searching. You know what I mean? So we'll think when we go to Disney World and stuff like that, yeah, they were scared of him. He made a whole town go blind when he was like 5 or 6. Yeah, Nettie. Remember they was complaining about, that's why you gotta read it. It was the girls good. I'm trying to tell you. Honey, yes. At 5, they were scared of that. Listen. They said, Joseph grabbed him up. He said, be cool now. He said, Joseph, you know who I am. Don't play with me. She's like 5. He said, I already know these ain't your words, Joseph. The people got you riled up. He said, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. But we ain't got to go nowhere. We not going to move. And they not going to see me no more. Matter of fact, they not going to see nothing. And everybody walk around like this. Jesus, we sorry, Jesus. Joseph, Mary, can somebody please? Oh, God. Wait a minute, honey. They bumping into each other looking like the mice on Shrek. He said, they ain't got to see me. They ain't never got to see me. They ain't going to see nothing. He said, and they got hellfire waiting on them. So you going to be in the dark and then in a dark, hot place. You always wonder why the Bible seemed like it was all over the place, because all the stories ain't there. He said, boom. I can see him skipping through the town like, hey, y'all, Jesus? Is that you, Jesus? She's like this. Can you see me? No, you ain't got to worry about it. Daddy, you said you want to go get some ice cream today. Let's go. Ain't nobody going to mess with you because they can't see us anyway. Remember, they always show the blind people crying out, Jesus! Jesus, is that you? Jesus! The Messiah, is that? What if those were some of the people that he blinded when he was a kid? And then he go up and touch them and be like this. All right now. I ain't forgot. I'm gonna do you repent? All right, be healed. Let thy sight come back to thee. Like, where some of the blind people was the people that he made go blind when he was little? And he like, all right now, I'm gonna let you see me again. Don't forget what I did. here on today. You better remember. Listen, and they were singing a whole different tune. No, Jesus, he healed my eyes now. I was a part of the community that he made blind, but he healed my eyes now. I don't got nothing bad to say about him. No, he is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. I always knew that little boy was different when he was little. We didn't really understand it then, but you know, honey, he is the King of Kings and the Lord of Hallelujah. Salvation and glory, honor and power to the Lord our God. Like, nigga, they sing. I can see the birds. Is that a tree? I ain't seen a tree in like 30 years. Oh, look at the dirt. Is that a fly? Oh, they smell so much better when you can see. He's like, don't forget. Don't tell nobody either. Listen, sometimes I wish I could have been a fly on his shoulder, honey. You said my cheeks, I gotta hold my face. I'm just saying. That's why it's like you cheat yourself out of them stories and it make the rest of the Bible make so much sense. Why would you not want that? Why would you not want to know? Like, what? When the little boy kicked his tadpoles out, Jesus got mad and said, what did he crumple them up? Excuse me. You said she play all day. Listen. Remember the little boy shoulder bumped him? He said, thou shalt go no further. They said, who is this little boy that everything he say come to pass? Who is it? They was sick of Jesus by the time he was sick. Remember they accused him of killing the little boy? He said, I ain't killed nobody. Matter of fact, come on, let's go down here. The boy been dead a good 2 hours. He walked down. He said, hey, little boy, did I kill you? He said, no, you didn't. It's a damn body talking. He said, what the water do to you? That part. He fell off the roof. He said, I fell off the roof. But another boy pushed him, remember? He said, what? I ain't killed nobody. Actually. And walked on about his business. He wasn't worried about nobody. Like, I just couldn't imagine. They need to, let me do it. Let me do the Bible story. Because I'm going to do this. This is what we going to do right here. This part. Keish said they learned real quick. And then Jesus did not get no F's. Hate to say it, but he didn't. He was not worried about none of that. He was like, I do not care what they got to say. I'm telling you what it is. Yes. Yes. It's interesting. Interesting. How many of y'all was blown away to find out that John the Baptist's head wasn't the only one on that platter? Was anybody interested to know that? That John the Baptist's head wasn't the only one on that platter? Girl, he was giving it to him straight, no chase. So you said it. And was. That's coffee. This is coffee. Listen, you said this is my face. Trying to tell you. I said, oh, no, you didn't get a twofer. Yeah. The same lady that asked for his head, she lost her daughter's head was on the same platter. The same time. And she went blind, her hand was withered, and the devil hopped in her body and was tormenting her tail. Because it said he put feathers on them. And it says fetters are a chain or manacle used to restrain a prisoner. Shackles. was in shackles from the moment she touched John the Baptist's head. Mm, mm, mm. Chained by Satan. Y'all done seen the depictions of the demons dragging all the people on them chains, screaming. She went straight on a chain gang and did. And she went blind. So think about this. You got to feel spirits around you and you can't do nothing to run and hide from them. God took her sight, so you in the darkness. All of the beautiful things, okay, that you found out, that you, that you used to see, right, that you used to see, you can't see no more. Mind blowing. Be careful if you wanting everybody's heads will roll, because yours might be one of them on the way down the hill. And can I ask y'all a question? What cost her daughter's life? Pogo sticking! Pogo sticking cost her daughter her. Pogo sticking cost her daughter's life. No, for real. The only reason she killed him is because her and her daughter wanted to be with her brother-in-law and the daughter's uncle. Remember, they were all sleeping together. They were a throuple. She left her husband, who was Herod's brother, Philip. She used to be with Philip. And this is Philip's daughter. So this is Herod's nephew. He lusted after his sister-in-law, and he lusted after his own flesh and blood, which was his niece. And he was sleeping with the mama and the daughter. And John the Baptist was speaking out about it, and that's why he lost his head. Well, immediately, her daughter lost her head, and she lost her sight and her mind. She lost her sight. She lost the activity of her limb and her mind, all in a matter of seconds. Oh, excuse me, and her daughter. And she still didn't get the man. Because now you crazy as a Betsy-bug. He ain't about to be walking around with you. Be careful. Because you can go and try to get something that somebody else has, but you might not be able to handle it. You might have to do too much to keep it. This is why you need to be who God made you to be. You need to go where God is telling you to go. You stay out of people's business that don't want to be. run up on something and you get what you're looking for, and then don't get what you expected. Do you hear me? That's why I don't fool with folks. I stay to myself. Cause baby, there is some people around you, they really want your life. Do you realize that Herod is Philip's brother? So he around this sister-in-law, giving her the side eye, probably bumping up against her. You foul. Doing the same thing to your niece, weirdo. So you sitting around your brother at his wedding, probably lusting after this man's wife. And probably been plotting since before they got married. If I ever get the chance, I'ma show her what to do with him. I'ma show him what to do with her. Herod didn't get what he wanted either. You better think on your little rose in the hay that you had, sir, because that'll be it. Because the old girl, little baby gone, and the mama is that is crazy. So now what? You took them from your brother and probably laughed and said some old slick stuff, and you still didn't get nothing. And then he probably turned around and got a blessing. Double the kids and a beautiful wife that was going to honor him. You said you cheated yourself. You can't want nobody else's life. You need to only want your own. And when you foul and try to backdoor people, don't look for no good. And then you want to be in a person's face like they don't know that you backdoored them. Is you crazy? And say some slick stuff like whatever come to your mind because you crazy. Bet you didn't get what you thought you was gonna get, did you, when you tried to backdoor me? You know what come out the back door, right? Excuse my language. Shit! Fertilizer! So you want to backdoor me, huh? Well, I can smell it. Yes, I smell it on you. I mean, you like to sneak in back doors and whatnot. Only thing coming out the back door is waste. Where you throw your trash? Out the back door. Most times it sits in the backyard or on the side of the house where can't nobody see it. You know who go through the trash? The scavengers. Now I ain't talking about people that find the good stuff. You know, they want the stinky stuff, the possums and the raccoons. You know. So are you a possum or are you a raccoon? And they only come out at night when they don't think nobody watching and dig through people's trash and leave a mess behind them. And they don't put your lid back on. They can take the lid off, but they never try to put it back on. And they always rip on the back and just throw out what they don't want and take what they want, and then be mad because they be sick and they got exactly what they asked for. Well, don't be going through my trash then. You try to go back and hang out with the people you know I don't talk to no more. Trash. Try to go back and get some goods out of a person I used to date. Trash. Want to go back and find out why we didn't work. Trash. Try to go to my family members and find out some dirt. Trash. Or excrement. You could be trash or you could be excrement. Which one do you want to be? They both stink and could potentially have maggots, which make them stink even more. Because you got your little fly friends over there watching and buzzing around for a reason. Your little spies looking. Y'all seen how Judas was creeping around that door. Judas kissed Jesus on the face. And he was a back no nigga. You gonna try to come up on somebody else's downfall, you raggedy. I've been around a long time, even before the even before the Messiah got here. This is why you need to read the Bible. You'll know who you're dealing with. Yep, I'm about to go. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a good evening and a good day at work tomorrow. Watch the folks around you. I'm trying to tell you, there's supposed to be snakes and weasels and raccoons and possums. And do. Thank you so much. I love y'all. Good night. I'll be putting the game rules up here shortly. I can't think of nothing else. I think that's about it. I think I got most of the books and stuff out. I got to get the rest of them out and get that counter change. I need to count how many we have so that I know. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later.